This video we're going to talk about AIMsi CRM module called Contact Management. First thing you would do is there's a little bit of setup here under Maintenance, Customer Maintenance. We have Add Change Action Groups and Add Change Actions. So we'd have different groups that you can have your different action codes for your contact management. In this example, I just have 3: collections, miscellaneous, and sales. You can have as many or as little as you want. Same with actions found under that same menu. You would set up different actions that fall into those different groups. And so when you do add a contact management case or ticket, you can be in customer history. So either in point of sale, brings up our customer history, or just under modules, customer history. We choose the contact management from the drop down here and hit go, and you can see it's empty currently because we didn't add anything for this customer. But as an example, let's say the customer called in for one of the other salespeople. So we have an action called call in, and let's say we want to do a pop-up for that salesperson. So I'm going to change it to who the employee is that the customer called for. And then in the first notes box here, we can hit F4 and do a date and time stamp of the employee that's entering. So we can say Mike called in regarding piano or whatever they're looking at. So we can just set that for this employee here just by hitting save. We can print that, but there's no need for this, and you can also print reports and such from here, or print a mailing label right from the screen. But just to show you, since we have that pop-up, you could have your workstation set up to have pop-ups come up every so often for the employee as they're logged in. But if there is a pop-up and the employee does log in, so let's say Bill logs into this workstation, the pop-up comes up right away, and then we have the information for that note, and then Bill can make the call to Mike, and let's say he does, and then we can go ahead and say, okay, well, we sent a proposal. So now when I hit F4, you'll see the name on the date timestamp is different because we are now Bill instead of Paul here. And we can say sent proposal for a grand piano. So then we can change this action date. I can hit F6 for my calendar, and let's say next week I want to check with them. Give them one whole week to look over that proposal and try and reel in that sale if we don't hear back from them. So next week, and at this time, that note would pop up. And we can change the time as well to be 8 a.m. when we come in, whatnot. So that's basically setting and viewing. You can also, under modules, customer, and contact management, this is going to default to the employee that's logged in, any of their open contact management cases. If there's closed ones out there, we can check that to filter and re-hit the search. We can filter by dates, etc. So you can see how employees can view their own open contact management cases, and they can sort by, again, date, reference number, employee, any of these bold options at the top here. They'll sort that. Also with contact management, there is a report under the report catalog customer tab for contact management. Just like any other report, you have filter values, and they'll basically print out your open or closed tickets depending on what your selection criteria is. Lastly, another option under modules, customer, and then utilities, we have contact management utilities. So this will allow us to set an action code for customers. Let's say I want to send a thank you card for everybody that bought something. So it's going to set my data, my case here, and then I can set my action date. So if I want to send these out tomorrow or whatnot, I can put an action date with a pop-up for all the employees just to go ahead and send out those thank you cards to their customers. And I would select my customers that bought anything within a date range. So let's say everybody that bought something just today, and I would can filter by category, subcategory, or all, and hit proceed. It'll go out and everybody that has purchased something within that date range, and set a contact management case for follow-ups, etc. And that's really it in a nutshell on the contact management module. Thanks.